Are most men ugly?
Yes.
So you're allowed to be sexist, but I can't be sexist?
Because it has no weight in it. I have no power compared to a man.
You don't think you do? Yeah, you do.
This is your job? What do you do? What's your life? What is this?
What you're trying to do is shut down my video, and you're trying to get other women to think that I'm a piece of shit.
Alright guys, so I'm doing a follow-up video to a reaction video that I did last week on Valentine's Day involving this woke feminist that I believe doesn't like men very much, okay? She says that most men are ugly, right? Now, the reaction video that I did was a reaction to this video by this guy named Sneeko. Now, he does these type of like interview style videos on the street. He makes some good content, highly recommend. I think it's pretty funny stuff. So with that being said, he's actually doing a follow-up interview with this girl, okay? Because that video went viral, right? And the follow-up video is probably just as entertaining and insightful as the original video, right? Because this woman is really going to show you how a lot of women, especially these feminist types, they literally think that their lives revolve around just being in this fake war with men, right? They are in perpetual combat with men to the point where they simply just disagree with a man because a man is saying things, right? And that's what's going to show up in this video. And it's honestly hilarious. But on a serious note, I was going to do a video about AOC and her continued meltdown that she's currently having on Twitter about Tucker Carlson and his booty call comments, right? To the point where AOC is like actively calling for Tucker Carlson to be deplatformed, right? She wants him censored, right? She accused the man of sexual harassment, okay? And now she's calling for the dude to be deplatformed simply because he made a joke about how AOC saying she feels lonely sounds like a booty call, right? And I started to realize, I'm like, that type of energy from AOC is literally the same type of energy that this person has, right? This like ultra feminist, I need to take down the patriarchy. Any comment that a man makes about me is bad. You know, I'm in perpetual war with man.
That same energy is why guys get canceled, why their platforms get taken away, why they deplatform people. You have a power that you're not really respecting.
That type of energy is currently in Congress, right? It is currently in political offices across the country, right? And it's showing up, right, in policy. I mean, this girl right here, literally in her social media, and the only reason I know this is because this dude linked, you know, her social media in his video. The only reason I know that, she has a link to resources that people can use to avoid calling the police, right? So instead of calling the police, she's saying, oh no, this is what you should do instead of calling the police, right? So it is reasonable to believe that this person, just like AOC, believes in defunding the police, okay? And more of these ultra feminist types like AOC and like this girl right here, they're running for Congress because they want to be politically involved, right? They're actively trying to take down the patriarchy. I mean, I just literally did a video today about an AOC copycat, right? That used to be a stripper that is currently running for Congress, okay? She's running on a platform of elect garden tools, okay? And you should know what garden tool actually means, okay? So again, these people are actively running for Congress. So I thought that maybe instead of doing another video about AOC, okay, and her meltdown, maybe it might be more productive to actually have a deeper conversation that's really analyzing and showing people who these women are, right, that are running for Congress that we're electing. Because it's one thing to listen to what they have to say in a campaign ad or a speech. It's another to actually interact with one of these type of girls on the street to see how they actually really are in person. And there's no doubt in my mind, zero doubt in my mind, that this girl right here, AOC, are basically the same type of person, right? The ultra feminist, right, type. Okay, so without further ado, let's actually go ahead and get into this part 2 interview here.
I was drunk as fuck that night, too.
You weren't that drunk. You weren't that drunk.
I started drinking at 3 p.m. and I didn't stop until midnight. I was drunk.
I think that's a female thing, like saying that you're too drunk and then you're not
Yeah, so this dude is right? What she's basically saying here is that, well, I was drunk, so therefore I'm absolved of all personal responsibility, okay? And therefore it's okay for me to be as disrespectful as I was that night because, again, if you guys watch the original video, I mean, she was basically disrespecting the guy, right? She was very, very, very disrespectful, right? And she's trying to excuse her disrespect because she was drunk, okay? But if that was a man that was drunk like that, right, he wouldn't get the same benefit of the doubt, okay? The man doesn't get any excuses when he's drunk. He's expected to be able to handle his liquor, okay? And if he was to be that disrespectful to a woman because he's drunk, there would be a lot of problems, right? There'd be a lot of issues, okay? They would say the man is reckless, he's out of control, okay? He's a threat to women, he's a threat to society. But a woman can just, you know, get drunk and do all types of crazy stuff. And it's like, well, you know, she's a woman, so it is what it is, right?
No, I know what the fuck I said. Okay. I know what the fuck I said, but I'm saying I was drunk. And that's why I had that sauce on my face. It was weird. I don't know. I didn't expect that. I forgot you guys, you even like, I forgot about this whole entire thing. What's your name?
I'm Sneeko.
Is that your birth name? Okay. Do you not share your name online? Is that what it is?
My real name is Hubert, but like you. What is this? This is stupid. I was like,
yeah, it is stupid.
Let me like calm down.
It was weird.
What was weird about it?
Asking women like if they like being catcalled and then in front of the camera where they're gonna respond and be like, oh yeah, like I saw someone tag me.
What exactly is weird about that?
Obviously it's uncomfortable, but then especially in
what part, like what am I doing that's weird?
Like filming somebody late at night, when you're filming women late at night coming out of bars.
Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I was like, it's much more productive for me to actually do a reaction video to this and tell you guys how it relates to what AOC is doing. She's literally saying, no, it's weird for a man, right, to catcall a woman. I understand the catcalling thing. Some women don't like it. Some women are like, okay, whatever. My argument is this, right? I think that most women, you know, in terms of whether or not they like it or not, or whether or not they appreciate it, probably depends on whether or not they're attracted to the man that's doing it. That is my opinion. But what she's saying, again, it's the same type of energy that AOC uses when she says, oh, you know, any Republican that criticizes me, they just want to sleep with me because criticizing me is weird, right? You're obsessed with me, right? You're obsessed with me, okay? And that, again, that's this type of energy where it's like, you know, even just interacting with a woman is weird, and you have to be skeptical of a man interacting with women at all. There's some alternative motive, right? There has to be some alternative motive. It can't simply be that, hey, you know what, I'm just criticizing you because I disagree with your own policy. Or in this case, it can't just be, well, I'm simply just asking these girls about, you know, how they feel about being catcalled. It can't be anything innocent, right? It has to be some maniacal, evil thing that a man is up to because they're interacting with a woman. And because women like AOC and also this woman too are at perpetual war with men, right? It's an imaginary war. It's a war that's in their head. This is why they act the way they act when it comes to interacting with men.
Who are clearly intoxicated. Or not intoxicated. I'm not saying everyone was.
Okay, first of all, how would I know that or not? And how do you know I'm not intoxicated?
Because this is your job, right? Sorry, that was rude. This is your job.
You were the
See, I hate this, right? This is a personal thing for me because I've noticed, at least personally, there's a lot of people that don't respect content creators, right? They don't respect what people that post videos on YouTube do, okay? Because they think that, oh, it's just as simple as, well, you're just uploading videos, right? It's not a real job. And I'm like, bruh, I work more doing this than I ever worked in corporate America, period. Okay, I do way more. It takes a much broader and specialized skill set to do this than what I was doing in corporate America. That is for certain.
The only woman who thought that was weird.
Oh yeah, because I fucking like have. I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't give a fuck about a camera on my face, and I'm not gonna change the way I think because there's a camera on my face.
You think they're all lying?
You get more of a response if you're more respectful.
Then you could have said that. No, you weren't being respectful.
Again,
you weren't being respectful. I was respectful.
That's how I speak. I was
just because it's the way you think that you speak doesn't mean it's respectful.
It's not disrespectful though.
I think this is mad fucking stupid.
That's respectful?
Yeah.
For real?
I don't think that was disrespectful, right? That's just how I speak. Really? Do you speak like that towards other women? Right? I guarantee she doesn't. Because again, if she spoke like that towards other women, she know there would be a threat of violence, right? She feels safe speaking like that towards this guy because she knows this guy is not going to do anything, right? But again, if that was a woman, she wouldn't talk like that to another woman, right? Again, these are the same people that want to talk about privilege, right? These are the same people that talk about privilege.
You're being for real right now.
I'm not saying it's not. respectful.
Okay, let's be honest. Like, we don't need to we don't need to win any argument. We could
There's
just
no
we could
argument
just
to
be
be
honest.
had.
There's an argument. You're making an argument, right? Everything this man is saying, she's gonna just disagree with it because he's a man, and she thinks that's what she's supposed to do. That is fighting the patriarchy, right? That is what she's supposed to do. Is a feminist, okay, fighting for women's rights in the eternal struggle with men, okay.
You're arguing on me right
I'm
now.
not.
Don't pick and choose with the sexism. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't,
If
because I'm a
most-
woman, and sexism affects me
All
as much.
right.
So why do you think it's acceptable to film women who may or may not be under the influence? No?
What does that have to do with that? I'm not-
Yes, it does, because women's inhibitions are down.
Okay, I'm not having sex with them. I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
So you
matter.
can't even
Someone's
talk to
opinion-
women if they're drunk now?
That's not what I'm saying.
raping.
You're-
Again, the same type of energy that gets you Me Too'd, right? The same type of energy that gets you Me Too'd. Oh, you can't interact with a woman at all, right? If she's drunk, she's under the influence, right? And if you do so, then, you know, that's predatory behavior, right? You better be careful, right? She can't consent.
Women by talking to them, like they can't consent to a conversation.
Whoa, like literally, like what the fuck are you even saying? I'm saying.
What are you saying?
And they were clearly drunk. No?
What does that have to do with it?
That means that like they probably wouldn't have the same responses if they were sober.
So what are you implying? That like I'm taking advantage of them?
Yeah, that's exactly what she's implying. That's literally what it is. She's literally trying to say this dude is taking advantage of them because he's trying to interview them while they're under the influence. Okay? And that these women, because they're women and they're under the influence, they're absolved of all personal responsibility, right? Whatever happens to them is not their fault. It is purely the fault of men. Okay? Again, I'm telling you, this is how people get Me Too. This type of energy, this type of ideology right here, right? This is how it happens.
I'm not implying anything. All I'm saying is weird. That's it.
It's weird because what?
It's because it's weird.
What is weird about it?
Because what? Like it's just bizarre.
Well, thank you. Call it a day.
That's
Can't you see that they were all clearly into the video? They were all
Okay,
laughing and enjoying
and I
themselves.
didn't go. I was clearly catcalling is not great, and no matter how many women say it, when they've been
Was
in it,
I saying catcalling is
my
great?
God.
Did I say that? What are you
You're
talking
right. No,
about?
you're right.
I'm
You're
asking
right.
a question.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Part of it now. You think it's stupid, but you've just contributed to it.
It's stupid. You can contribute to something that's stupid. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't even know what was happening there. All I'm looking at is my sauce.
I know what's happening here.
But I'm drunk.
You can't contribute. You can contribute to something stupid. You're
Yeah.
just disagreeing with everything I'm saying because you don't like me, and because because you want to have control over the situation.
I can't not like somebody that I do not know. How does that make sense?
Okay, but you could also not just say nonsense that makes no sense.
I can say whatever I want.
You can, but like, what's the point of doing that? Like,
What's the?
why even
let's
have-
bring it back. What's the point of doing this?
to get to an understanding,
For
to
what?
get to truth.
How are you gonna get to truth with
By
one small
asking.
biased group, one small group of people? It's
Person's
just to
here.
create content. It's not.
Okay. This person has never heard of a focus group, right? Where you ask people questions, you sit down a small group of people to ask them questions so you can get a more in-depth answer in terms of how they feel. Obviously, you can't really extrapolate all those things to like the broader society as a whole, but it's usually just to kind of get a deeper understanding of how some people may feel about a certain issue and why they feel that way. This concept purely went over this this girl's head again because she's at perpetual warfare with this guy. She's simply trying to disagree with him instead of trying to understand why he's conducting the interview, right?
To understand anything.
That's
It's
not
create
why. I
content.
mean, there's a purpose why I create content. I don't just like to
You
say
can get to the
nonsense.
truth with one select
All right,
group of
but
people on
I'm
one
trying.
island.
I'm trying
No,
to.
but that's the whole point. Like, it's not. You can
So
tell
you
yourself
shouldn't
that, but
try
that's
to
not,
get to the truth.
because you're not. It's not a real try. It's if you were trying to get to the truth, you wouldn't.
So what do you think I'm doing right now?
Okay, and so the thing is, again, she's trying to say this man has some motive outside of simply just interviewing the girls for content, right? It can't be that you're just interested in an opinion. That can't be it. You're a man talking to women. There has to be something more going on here, right? Again, it's the same thing I'll try to tell you guys. Well, see, you simply can't be criticizing me because you disagree with me on politics, right? Because you're calling me out for being a hypocrite, not wearing a mask in Florida. No. It must be because you want to sleep with me, right? That's what it must be, okay? It's never what it seems like at face value. Jesus. Again, these are the women that are infiltrating our politics, guys. I'm telling you.
getting more views.
What do you think I'm doing with this conversation?
I have no idea. I don't even know why you wanted to interview me.
You seem like an intelligent person, but like I know that these are like natural girl tactics. When you don't like me like a man coming up at night, you're ready to automatically just no, disagree, no. You're contributing something stupid. Well, it doesn't matter if you're just saying loud stuff, the first thing that comes to your head. It doesn't have any reasoning or logic behind it.
Yes, it does. Anyone could contribute to anything stupid. It doesn't have to. It doesn't not. You can contribute to something stupid without even knowing it's stupid. Without even and you can look back at it in hindsight and be like, oh yeah, that was fucking stupid. You can contribute to anything without even realizing what you're contributing to.
You weren't looking at it with logic and reasoning. You're looking at it from a place of emotion. You're going
I wasn't thinking of emotion.
You're going off what you feel. You're angry. You're like making faces. You're upset.
I make faces all the time.
Well, because you're a woman. Because you.
No, I'm not a woman. I am a woman. Sorry, excuse me.
See, bam. This is what I tell you. Her mind, again, she's at perpetual warfare with this dude simply because he's a man. Okay, and whatever comes out his mouth, she's not actually listening and trying to understand anything. She's simply just trying to disagree. Dude says you're a woman. First thing comes out her mouth, instinctively, I'm not a woman. Right? I mean, point prove it. Right? Point prove it. Again, I mean, this stuff right here is hilarious. Okay? It really is.
You see how you argue like the most simple things?
No, because you're saying because you're a woman, as if like it's bad for
it's not
me
bad.
to be. Yes, it is.
I'm not saying
you're
bad.
Everything negative that you're associating with
I'm not
me.
saying it's
Yes,
negative.
it is. You're saying you don't like me because you're a woman. You do this because you're a woman, and all these negative things that you're associating with me is because I'm a woman. That's what you're.
Well, it's not even that. It's because you're a feminist, okay? And because you're a feminist, you're simply just trying to argue with this dude because you want to argue with him. Okay, not because you're actually listening, trying to understand. You're doing it because you think you're supposed to do it. It's not necessarily because you're a woman. It's because of your ideology that you have as a woman, right? And what you think women are supposed to do and how they're supposed to interact with men. That's the problem.
You're literally saying.
Do you want to be with a weak man?
I don't care.
It's a yes or no question. Like, do you want?
What's your definition of weak man?
A man that you could take advantage of.
What the fuck? Who wants to take advantage of somebody?
So you don't want to be with a weak man?
You want to be with a weak woman?
I'm asking just simple questions.
Who wants to be? First of all, I wouldn't want to take advantage of anybody.
No. So the answer is no, you don't, right? Do you want to be with an insecure man?
No.
Do you want to be with a confident man?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why men can't show our emotions the same way you can.
There's a difference.
What does your ideal relationship look like to you then?
What do you mean? Someone like when they're both have a say and it's respectable. It doesn't mean a woman looks up to a man or the man looks up to a woman. Blah 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 blah. Like it's literally like you have respect for each other and that you love each other and your morals and values are the same. That should be your goal in relationships: is to be equal with your partner, to have the same opinions and not the same opinions, obviously.
All right, men and women are not equal. Okay, they can be equal. Right, in terms of value, equal rights, stuff like that. I mean, but in terms of attributes and what they bring to the table, men and women are not equal, right? And I think that these people gotta get this idea out of their head that women are equal to men in the sense they can do everything a man can do. That's just not true. Just like men can't do everything that a woman can do. Okay, biology matters, right? No matter how much the woke revolutionaries want to tell you that it don't, it actually matters. Okay, and that is why men and women are not equal. Okay, doesn't mean they don't have equal value. Okay, it takes a mom and a dad to raise good kids and have a good family, right? A man and a woman, okay, because they both have value, right? But again, they're different. Their roles are different.
Same values and same morals and the same respect for each other.
I don't think equal works.
Okay. Like I said, it's sad that you think that. I feel bad.
But you haven't been in a relationship, so how would you know? Like I could tell based on that you weren't in a relationship, you didn't have a man. Like that interaction, like. And
I can just tell you've been hurt by a woman, and that's why you're like this. Or women are like this, and then women do this, and like it's weird.
You're a little disgusted by me for having that belief, but you've also openly said you were sexist and openly said that men are ugly. No. So to kind of like look down at me because of my sexism. It's entitled.
I don't think you even know what that word means because I don't have entitlement.
You think that you're allowed to do things that I'm not allowed to do because of this and that?
That's what men do. They live their life like that. I'm allowed to do these things because I'm a man. Even though if you don't think that consciously, that's literally something in society.
Why are you trying to be men?
We're not trying to be anything. We're trying to live like
you
people.
You are literally trying to be a man, right? That it is what they're trying to do. Except they're only trying to be a man in the sense that they only want the glorious things that comes with being a man. They don't want the nitty gritty, dirty things that comes along with being a man. They don't want that.
You're trying to be like to have the same power and control that men have.
And why would that be so bad?
Because it's not making you happy.
Because of how emotional you are, right? Imagine somebody like her running the country. Again, we can imagine AOC. Imagine AOC running the country, right? She can be accusing Putin of sexual harassment, right? Of wanting to sleep with her for saying something mean to her, okay?
How would you know
It's not bad.
making me happy? This is your second time meeting me. How would you know that? I'm actually the happiest I've ever been in my whole entire life.
Because
Yeah, because low-key, he likes this dude and probably wants to sleep with him, right? That's probably why she's so happy. Okay, she doesn't know what she wants, but I think she wants this guy, which is why she did interview again. Okay, and I think that was also apparent in the beginning video. But my point in this reaction video here is simply to outline to you guys that, you know, these type of women are showing up in our politics, right? And when you see who they are, right, these ultra woke feminist women, when you see who they are, right, you see this girl right here in a conversation with a man, just a regular conversation, just discussing something just as simple as, you know, well, why, you know, are you asking women about catcalling? It's a perpetual argument, right? It's this back and forth. It's this fight, right? I'm trying to take down the patriarchy at all times, right? She's not even listening, okay? Are these the type of people that we can have running this country? Okay, are these type of people that we should be elected into Congress? Now, I know you guys, we aren't electing these type of women to Congress, obviously. But there's people on the left that are doing it. But I don't even think they realize that this is who you're putting into office, right? People that can't even have a simple conversation without it being an argument, okay? I'm just saying. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.